guys, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for jumping into another video with us. My name is Josh and I am so appreciative for all the subscribers that have joined up on our channel recently. Thank you guys, and thank you for all the comments you've been posting too. I really enjoy receiving your comments and hearing about your journey, just like I share with you guys about my retail trading journey. Guys, what an amazing market day, day number 2. Today's Tuesday, May 13th. And the market is closed, and all I can say is it was another successful green day. The Dow Jones, the NASDAQ, and the S&P 500 all closing better than day prior and opening up really with another really successful trading day. So guys, I hope you made money today. I made money today and very excited about it. I'm also in some other trades that I'm going to share with you guys in a couple minutes, some things I want you to take a look at. Please remember that everything that I share with you and I talk about is just my day trading journey or my long hold journey. It's not financial advice. Do your homework, do your research, understand what companies you trade in and out of, and understand and set your risk limits to know how much to trade and how much you're willing to give the market back when a stock runs down. But I also want you guys to remember that just because a stock runs down and you have less money in that trade, it doesn't mean you've lost anything. It just means that the stocks need to come back up, which if you understand how the stock market works, that's the point of the stock market, is for your stocks to go up, not go down. So with that, first of all, guys, I'm going to talk about my long-term portfolio with you for a little bit because it was one of those days that you sort of just kind of watched what was happening in the market, and it's a little unbelievable, especially when you know, my focus and my videos focus is always on day trading and the best stocks for day trading. But obviously I'm an investor, right? You guys are investors as well. You have stocks that you're in for your long-term portfolio, for your retirement. That's the goal, is to set yourself up with wealth. So when you go to retire, you have money to do the things that you want to do, that you love to do, to make your life more comfortable. Well, so do I. My wife and I, we have a stock portfolio, several portfolios that, you know, we monitor, manage, maintain. And then we have our day trade portfolio, which is the money that we have to make more money to invest in our long-term portfolio, if that makes any sense. First and foremost, guys, Tesla, okay? Tesla has really, the last couple weeks been very stagnant, okay? Yesterday, Tesla ran up, I want to say, if I remember correctly, somewhere about 316 is where Tesla ran. Today, when market closed, I believe it was somewhere around 336. I mean, $336 a share. And you know, I guess I could just say, thank you, Elon Musk. Thank you for going back to work. Thank you for getting back into Tesla headquarters and helping your board of directors see that you are there and involved, because the stock is running. Now, something else today that kind of totally not related to Tesla, but it helped Tesla stock pop a little bit more. It was just the strangest thing. I pull up and I look at Tesla stock and I see all of a sudden, literally the candles are just, and I'm like, what is going on with Tesla? Like, was there some news? Was there some sort of a caveat behind Tesla that's causing it to kind of bounce to like, as if it looked like it's trying to push through a resistance level and it was getting higher? No, man. The only news that I found was General Motors. General Motors actually announced that they had developed and successfully tested a new battery technology for their electric vehicles. And with that news, caused Tesla to jump. GM also went on a bit of a run up most of the day. Last time I looked at GM stock, they were at about $53. I hadn't seen anything in the news, hadn't really heard anything about potentially there being any type of a release or a news broadcast about General Motors, about batteries, about any of that. Chances are I would have looked to see where General Motors was this morning. I have a watch list with all the with all the automobile manufacturers in my watch list, and I'll show that to you guys too. But I had no idea, but it did. It was up over $56, almost $57 last I looked at it. So anyway, that was pretty exciting to see that's going on, and even more exciting to know that my long-term portfolio Tesla stocks are doing really well. I mean, $336. To have that feeling of security in a stock, that's in the green. Now, one might say, well, if you're up that much in it, you should probably take profit on it, get out, let it drop and run up. Well, again, remember, guys, it's a long-term hold for me, and I'm not going to sell it. I'm holding on to it because my prayer is that Tesla stock does what everybody's been saying it's going to do, and it's run back up past $400, get to $500, and who knows, guys? There's stocks out there, that I use Costco as an example. Costco stock's over $1,000 a share. Netflix stocks are over $1,100 plus a share. Last time I looked at that. Well, at one point they were $200-$300, and now they're over $1,000. So the pipe dream is that my Tesla stock ends up going up over over $500, and then I'll make some decisions about what I'm going to do with my Tesla stock. Right? I mean, it will obviously hit a key point and then probably retest. And the problem is I'm in it so low that I'm so high in profit on it right now that I don't want to sell it out, because if I sell it out, then it's like I don't think it's ever going to hit the low that I'm in at again. So anyway, the woes of a day trader. The other one that is ripping and running today was NVIDIA. And NVIDIA, I am super excited about NVIDIA. Another stock that we believe is going to continue to run. The all-time high for NVIDIA right now, I think when I did my daily, was like $153. So we're at $129, $130 right now at closing. We're not that far off from the all-time high. So we'll see what happens with NVIDIA also. But the other news about NVIDIA that came out today was basically while President Trump was over in Saudi Arabia, and he met with royalty in Saudi Arabia, which is a total another funny story, guys. I don't know if you saw it on the news, but apparently they gifted him with a brand new Boeing jet to replace Air Force One. I don't know how true that is. I don't know if Trump could be like, hey, thank you so much, but Air Force One's good. But do me a favor and park that new gold-plated Boeing, at Palm Beach International Airport with my other Trump plane. I think there would probably be some sort of ethical issue there of him accepting, I think it's like a $400 million airplane or something like that, or I don't know what the number is, but I'll throw that up on the screen. I'll throw that up on the screen here so you guys can see that. But anyway, while he was there, part of what they talked about and what came out in the news today was that there was an agreement that was made with Saudi Arabia that they are investing $600 billion. Okay, you hear me, guys? $600 billion into basically NVIDIA. It's a fund in Saudi Arabia that they're going to basically put the money in, and part of that will guarantee the sale of over 1 million NVIDIA chips. Okay, I'm going to double check my facts on that, and if I'm wrong, I'll put it up on the screen here. But I'm pretty sure it was 1 million NVIDIA chips as part of this deal. Okay, and the deal's not finalized yet, but if you kind of think about this for a minute, okay, NVIDIA's at $130 per share. If they dump $600 billion into a fund that basically assists NVIDIA, where's the stock going? It's not going down. It's going to go up. And I'm in it, and I'm excited to stay right where I am. I thought about cashing out today because of how much it's up, but I was like, you know what? Long-term hold portfolio, just leave it, right? You can't trade like that. You can't always want to cash out of your longer term holds because they're going to go up, they're going to go down. The goal is that, 5, 10, 20 years from now, when I go to my portfolio and look at them, they're worth so much that I can live off of live off that money, or potentially live off dividends if they pay dividends, etc. So anyway, Tesla, Nvidia, APLD, guys, I'm going to tell you, there was at least 3 opportunities today as a day trader, at least 3, and I know because I was in and out of 2 of them. My brother-in-law, Carlos, is still in one, because you guys know that when you are able to purchase shares with unsettled funds, you can't sell out the same day. You got to wait 24 hours. And he got stuck in it. And it's really kind of funny. I think he got in at $5.30 again, at $5.30. And it hit $5.65 and he couldn't get out. And my brother-in-law, he does like me. Actually, he's bigger than me. A bit of a whale in trading. He does, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 shares, every time. So anyway, he's making money, and it'll come back tomorrow. Even if it dropped down and rebounded tomorrow, he's still going to make great money on it. And it actually did drop back down, and right before it closed, I think it closed at 561. So listen, APLD is not going anywhere, guys, and I do recommend it. Not financial advice, but I do recommend that you look at APLD, because even my brother-in-law says, hey, this is like one of the best gifts you ever gave me, was sharing with me all about APLD. And that's Applied Digital, APLD. Take a look at it. You can definitely make money in and out every day through APLD. Wolf is another one, WULF. And we'll talk about Wolf, WOLF, in a minute, but WULF had a great run today too. I actually decided later in the day to get back into WULF, because there is a lot of chat and a lot of talk, and the analyst ratings, and there's a lot of statistical analysis that's done on WULF that show that this stock is set to $9. I got in it at 370 something today, and 377 I think, and I just left it alone. It's kind of a set and let go. But bottom line, I'm in WULF, and I'll wait to see what happens tomorrow, because I do like to day trade WULF. I don't typically hold it, but some of the guys in the Discord that really kind of understand all of the analysis and calculate and look at the imbalances and all those things, and know the flags and everything, very much more detailed than me. I'm a candlestick support resistance trader. That's where I live. That's why I tell you guys, I don't do options. I don't get into all that fancy stuff. I do volume plays based on resistance support levels, and I do candlestick based on what the candlesticks are showing me during up and down within those channels. And if you guys want to know more about my strategy, please go to the very first video. It's the intro video. It says it on the thumbnail, and I tell you exactly how my strategy works. And then there's another video that I posted in there about simple charting, and I show you how I chart. And guys, it's not rocket science. And once you get it, you get it. So take a look. Go back and take a look at those 2 videos, and see if there's anything you're interested in. WULF, take a look at it tomorrow, guys. APLD, take a look at it tomorrow. WOLF is one that, again, my brother-in-law trades daily. I don't. It's so weird, man. Like when I pull up WOLF and I pull up WULF, I always end up back into WULF. I guess I'm just a little bit more comfortable in it. I know the trend. It's been something I've traded for a while. WOLF, my brother-in-law, that's how he feels about WOLF. And today they had some sort of a debt restructure, and it shot, probably not all the way to $5, but it was in the higher threes, and it shot all the way up to $5, close to $5. And a lot of people made some good money on WOLF today. And now it's sitting about the $4 range, because they're calling it a $4 stock. And so I think last I checked, it was $3.98, $3.99. But it is actually a pretty good day trade stock. Just not one that I've spent a whole lot of time kind of doing my research on, but I will. especially seeing this debt restructure and how the stock's reacting. It's doing good. JetBlue. Let's talk about JetBlue for a minute, guys. So if you don't know this, they had put out an announcement yesterday, and they released a lot of pictures today. But JetBlue apparently went into some sort of an agreement, a partnership. They had already been in somewhat of a partnership with Dunkin' Donuts. So if you ever fly JetBlue Airlines, you know that when you get on a JetBlue flight and they come around and say, would you like some peanuts and popcorn, or would you like water or coffee? When they serve you coffee, it's actually Dunkin' Donuts coffee, and they tell you, and they serve it to you in a Dunkin' Donuts cup. So they've had this partnership with Dunkin' Donuts for many years. And so now, that JetBlue was recently acquired by Sky Leasing. And we really thought, basically JetBlue had been looking for either a company to purchase or a company to purchase them. And there was a lot of talk about Spirit and JetBlue aligning, but the federal commission wouldn't allow that to happen. It would have been too much of a monopoly, so they didn't join forces. But they're now receiving some good financial support. And the stock, I was watching the stock, and it finally went to cross that $5 mark again. Okay, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, what's going on with JetBlue? They've been stuck in the low threes, finally got into fours. Now they're about to hit $5. What the heck's going on? And I see the announcement about this partnership with Dunkin' Donuts. And so here's what the planes look like now. And this is not a joke, guys. This is real deal. This is what a lot of their airplanes may look like. Now, I don't know if they've done this to all the airplanes. If it's maybe, if Dunkin' Donuts said, hey, we want a 10% stake in the game. So we're like, fine, we'll paint 10% of our planes to look like Dunkin' Donuts colors. But their motto is running on Dunkin', which is funny, right? Because that's what Dunkin' Donuts' motto is, running on Dunkin'. So now JetBlue uses the running on Dunkin', and they have planes that are running on Dunkin'. So anyway, I think it's just more of a way to try to boost marketing and boost some attraction to JetBlue to get more people, in the seats. I love JetBlue, guys. I fly JetBlue all the time. It is my flight of choice, my airline of choice. And so anyway, that's it for me. I'm a JetBlue guy, and I'll stick to JetBlue as much as I can. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. S&P 500 rocking. Here's what the S&P 500 closed at today. And, I just have to tell you, as much as I'm excited about what's happening in the market yesterday, today, beautiful green days, I also have to just sort of put that out there to you guys. Hey, be careful, right? Be careful, because there is a dump coming. This pump we're in right now is awesome, but just know at some point we're going to get a retest. It's going to pump back down, dump back down. And if you're holding and you're not understanding your candlestick patterns, you're not understanding, watching volume, watching support and resistance levels, you might be leaving a lot on the table. One thing that I absolutely recommend is, if you're in a stock and it is up and you're making money, to enforce a trailing stop. That way, if it does turn around and start to reverse, at least you get out of it and keep your profit. And then depending on where it goes, if it comes down, even if a stock like, let's say, NVIDIA, for example, $130 right now, if it drops down to $127.50 and you have a trailing stop loss, whatever you set it at, and you get stopped out at $127.50, depending on where you are, you took profit. Okay, let's say it drops back down to 120. Well, guys, now you can just go back in and buy it at 120, and now you're back in it at 120, 10 less than where you took profit. And I totally understand it, guys. If you're like me and you bought it, in double digits and now it's 3 digits, yeah, you feel like you're giving the money back that you made, and maybe you just want to risk staying in it. But I don't recommend that, guys, based on especially knowing that we're in this, pump and dump market right now. Not financial advice, guys. Do what you want to do. I'm in a lot of those, I'm staying in it. Even for me, if Tesla or NVIDIA drop, like I said, those are long term. I'm not even supposed to really be looking at them every day, but I do. So, guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, and like I said, thank you to those of you that have subscribed. I know that we're a small starting community right now in this channel, but every single one of you, it means the world to me that you guys are subscribed, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Drop a comment in the chat if you want to share who you are and where you're from. That would be awesome. I promise to respond to every single comment that I get. I have been. I like to talk to you guys in the community and just have some good communication back and forth. See how you're doing. If you made money like I did today, let me know. I love to hear success stories, guys. And if you got in and you didn't get out on time and now you're bag holding, tell me that too. I like to hear about those too. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button for me, hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time we upload a new video. And guys, thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. Josh out. Peace.